okay, as a guy, are you comfortable with your partner earning more, your partner of the opposite sex earning more than you? And as a woman, are you comfortable with earning more than your partner?
Very comfortable.
Who's of the opposite sex, and does that have anything to do with your character or behavior towards your partner because you earn more?
Because you know it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's where the
Actually, it depends on the individuals involved. Some women, when they earn more, their attitude change. Like, for example, my girlfriend, when I lost my job.
Your current girlfriend?
Yeah. Okay. When I lost my job due to coronavirus.
What about current girlfriend?
She was the one doing the whole thing. She was working 2 jobs, paying the rent. She was comfortable with that. But within myself, I wasn't comfortable. I was still striving to get the job, to assist. But despite the fact that she was shouldering the bills, her attitude didn't change. But some women, when they start taking care of the bills, they change. They might be like trying to boss you around, call you, can you do this for me, do that for me. But in as much as she's doing the whole thing, as a man, you know the things you have to do.
Can I politely object? Can I just 1 second? Because I don't really like it how you are doing it like it's only ladies that have the attitude problem. When men don't have money, they have an attitude problem. They are instantly nagging, just always in an attitude, always have their panties in a bunch. You say something like, hey, it's because I don't have money, that's why you're telling me. Hey, it's because I'm not blonde, that's why you're telling me. Cannot foot the bill. So I'm of the opinion of, if you can't foot the bill, humble yourself. Don't be in a situation where if your woman is taking care of most of the bill, at least support her mentally, emotionally. Since you can't do it financially, you do it, find other ways and be creative. You don't have to wake up in the morning and be in a bunch. When she says good morning, you'll be like, okay, you're going to work now, so yeah, go ahead.
It still boils down to the point that it depends on individual.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with
What
that.
I'm saying is that at times it depends on people involved. Some women, when they are taking care of the bills, they change drastically. They change. Like if they come back from work by 4 p.m. times, it might be like 6 p.m. You can't say shit because she's basically taking care of the whole thing.
But like this, because you come back from work and then the dishes are still in the sink, and you still want her to wash plates.
But in this developed world we are now, men do most of the working now. I can't like
not all men. Not all men.
It's still boiled down to the point that
it's not all men, but we have most men doing most of the work.
Bro, yeah, bro.
If your woman
in Australia now, in
In
present day now, I can bet
I've been in that position too.
Can you do the laundry? Can you do the laundry when your wife has been out for 8 hours?
What does it take to do the laundry?
Just chuck the thing in the laundry machine.
Oh, really? So will you be able to vacuum and clean up?
It's not like when you wash your clothes with your hands, like maybe.
The point is, are you going to do it happily? That is the actual.
That is the way.
Like like for me, I can do it. Like I'm doing it because I just want to assist.
Yeah.
To help her out.
But I'm saying
But
like.
if I'm going out doing 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, like she's doing, those chores can be taken care of during the weekend by both of us. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about like doing it happily. No man will be at home happily like in the morning you stay at home happily, say your wife is going to work and you're like
That's the
You're
point.
working, want to do the chores and come happy. No. It makes you feel less of a man.
Bye.
It makes you feel less of a man when your woman is making more money or when she's going to work.
No, the issue of making more money is different. I'm saying that when
Sure,
you're out
the
of
man
job,
not doing anything.
when a man does not do anything, it makes him feel less of a man.
Emasculated, yeah.
Like working terms or
Generally,
Because I agree with that, because I feel like men measure their success with the money in their bank account. If your bank account is not saying a certain amount of money, then everyone in the house is going to piss you off. Every fly that moves you, you're quite annoyed about it. We're talking about Acrimony, the movie, yesterday. And I was the opinion that the way the lead character handled everything was correct. Because I don't feel like, how do you give a man 20 years of your life? He wasn't working for 20 years. He went back to the same mistress that helped, destroy her womb and everything. And you think that just giving her 10 million after you've made it
Why
as
you
a
talking-
sellout.
20 years of
Why are you
her
talking
life.
from
And what did he give her?
This is
15 years of his?
I'm going to land my point,
Really?
first of all.
This is movie. It's not
It's real.
reality.
No,
But
it's
it
a real.
can happen
It
in
can
real
happen in real life.
No,
It's
if
the
you're
same thing we're
saying,
saying
if
now.
you're saying the woman gave him 20 years of his life, you're ultimately telling me that he also gave her 20 years of his
Yeah,
life.
but he's
But he
20
wasn't
jobless
Now,
life.
now listen,
jobless
listen,
years of his
listen.
life.
All the years
Oh, I
involved,
know
she
you-
never complained.
yeah.
It's not what we're
Did
saying.
she?
It was character. She was showing a dutiful wife character.
This guy was working on the project.
Yeah, he
Battery
was
project.
working on a battery
But-
project.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
that movie. That movie moved me.
He moved you.
right?
Oh,
In what way?
you see.
It really
But
moved you.
she wasn't patient enough to wait for this guy.
20 years. You guys, after
Yes.
giving a man 20 years, 25, let me rephrase.
20 years.
20 plus years of joblessness.
And
You see the point?
but it boils this 20 years issue of you. It boils down to our African women, because
African women or black women, are you stereotyping?
black women feel that they have a certain time when they exceed that time that marriage will elude them.
But that's part of our culture.
That's
Yeah.
it. But that culture ought to be abolished. Like, you can't be living and be like, oh, if I'm over 30 years, no man will come my way.
Then it also be abolished that when
So
men don't
that,
get
the idea
stand-
of the idea of get the point. The idea of like she gave 20 years of her life to the guy. Both of them were dating.
the guy was working on
But
something.
that was
You know?
obviously
he
doing
wasn't doing
It's-
anything.
It's all about passion.
It's
She
a
should
two-way
have been
thing.
patient.
It's-
Like,
no.
Guys, see,
the point is,
I feel like we're being very
7 years.
unfair to the African black woman.
The point is,
Please,
see,
please, please.
the point is that see, the point is that
that have been taking care
The
of the
point
family
is that
for years. and
the mentality
I
of
wasn't doing that.
our African women thinking that when they exceed certain age, that marriage eludes them, that ideology ought to be squashed. Like,
But how can you squash an ideology that has been
Back to the
happening
point, back to the
for
point.
Exactly.
Does the number of years you've been out of work, the number of time, the amount of time, years, hours, months, does it make the woman uncomfortable
Yes.
footing the bills?
Of
Or
course.
does it make, as you as a man, do you have problems with your woman footing the bills? Is that room for squabbles in your relationship, in your marriage?
Like
Yes.
women are designed differently. I just have to say that because when a woman starts taking care of things, she starts complaining too. But when is it the guy taking care of things, we don't
It's
complain.
normal.
You
It's
know,
like
you
normal,
understand? It's normal.
It's your duty.
No matter
it's
how.
not it still boils down to that our ideology. There's nothing like your duty. As I saw on Instagram the other day, a girl bought her boyfriend his dream car. That was a Mustang, almost $40-something thousand. But
You have not asked the man what he has buy for the girl.
No, you see. But the issue is that we have this ideology that
You mean black?
men
Like
ought to
us
be,
blacks?
yeah, men ought to be doing it. But the issue is not like, it's not, this thing is a two-way thing. It's a two-way thing. There's still ideology, I believe, the black community ought to squash like entirely. Like the issue of being like, if I'm above 30 years old, no man will come my way. The man ought to do all these things and all that. You see, back home, when you go with a girl, you have to shoulder the bills.
Yeah.
But in a civilized community like Australia now, or in a Western world like this, you see, you go out, the girl is even happy to share the bill with you.
Yeah, but then how do you listen? I think
It's
that
not,
I
it's not,
understand what
it's
you're
not
saying.
enjoying it. It's not enjoying it. The issue is that
I need to explain it to you from a woman's point of view, right? Women love to be spoiled, okay? We like to be taken care of.
Women like
Okay.
it too. We like
I'm
it.
not talking about men. We don't like about. We're not talking about men right now. I'm talking about women. We love to be taken. We want to go somewhere. I don't feel like it's not like we can't afford it, but when you take charge, it shows okay.
so you happy like when in Australia, for example, we're all working. After tax we get paid. I go out with you for dinner. The bill comes at $200. You happy?
$200.
I'm just giving an example.
Shabu.
Yeah, of course.
The bill comes at $200.
If we take out
$250.
Listen, the bill comes at $200.
Depends on
If
what
I
you
shoulder
eat
the
and
bill,
drinks.
how do you feel like you working?
$200.
How do you feel in a community like this? We're not
Sure,
feeling-
that's why.
No,
How,
but
no, no,
I
how do you feel about Ray like a woman? Do you feel accomplished like
First of all,
Like-
I can take care of the bill, but if he
you want
offers, if he offers to do it, of course I'm gonna let him be
But
a
the issue is
man.
that most times in here,
to fuel his ego?
no.
No, but I think once you have a relationship, you guys can like discuss how you guys want to move.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, once you, but if you're going out on
the
a
point
date,
now. What my point is that the idea of the man ought to do this, ought to do that, it just ought to be like you
Abolished.
have to just abolish those ideologies.
Whoever can shoot.
It's old.
so you're
Like,
saying,
yeah.
so let me paint a scenario for you. So you move into an apartment, yeah, and what you're earning is lesser than your lady.
Yeah.
So do you expect her to pay most of the bills?
No.
Okay. But
We share the bill together.
So you want to do it 50-50?
I still give you. I still give you. I still like.
So do you want to split it 50-50?
No.
Yeah.
See, listen. 50-50, no. 50-50 that we don't share the 50-50.
I remember I was living with a girl. I was living with my ex, and she
Please,
earns more money than me. She said, okay, let's say the house was like 600. She said, okay, let me pay 300 and you pay 200. That I was giving an example, like realistic scenarios where a man was like the breadwinner of the house, and one thing led to another. This man lost his job and all that, and it was not the turn of the wife to now shoulder the bills and everything. But before this man lost his job, he used to come back and the wife just stays around in the house, watch binge movies or binge Telemundo or whatever, blah, blah. This man never complains, you understand? But when the whole thing changed, so this woman will come back and now start complaining. You sit around here, you don't do anything, I go out and come back, blah, blah, blah. So because they're not designed like that, then when the thing changes, they always complain. It might not be the fault of the guy, but it might be because this person is not used to this. I don't know if you understand.
So when tables turn, there's bound to be problems, right?
There's always complaint because that's not what she's designed for. You understand?
So
That's
you're
not-
saying she's designed to sit and spend the money while the man makes the money?
She's
But
not
she's not
like
designed
let me
to
not
make the
put
money
it.
and the
Let
man
me not
spends
put
the
it in
money.
design. It will start more. If I put it as a design, it will start like it will sound. It sounds more misogynistic or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put it like that, so people don't think.
But maybe their relationship was not established like that prior.
Are you talking about a married man, right? We were talking about the married man.
like a
So,
married man, yeah.
Jackie, you saying the relationship was not established? Marriage is how do they say it? For better for us. I've not been
Yeah,
married.
this guy was capturing the bill and he comes back. He said, "Oh, honey, fine, everything." You will still watching the movie and you still watching whatever you're watching. But when the table turns and you come back, baby, this guy is playing game and the moment you open the door, you're like, "Hey, this man," and you start blabbing and complaining about what the man is doing.
So
you know?
personally speaking, you're saying that you will not be comfortable with your wife making more money than you.
I'm not saying I won't be comfortable. I'm saying if a woman starts to take care of the house and everything, there will always be complaints.
Every woman or some women.
There will always things will change.
No,
Because he's of a
Are
different
you-
opinion. He said some women.
I said some women.
Some.
Some women.
All things.
Amaka, you saying all women
Not
or
all
some?
women.
Things are about
Not all
to
women.
change.
Some women.
They will start feeling that itchy and like they will start seeing fault where fault is not. They'll start seeing. I'm telling you, like there's an adage in my place. Like there's an adage in my place that says, you feed a woman for many years, no complaint, and let the woman feed you for one day and you start seeing complaint.
I don't
But
think
that's not true. That's like our ancestors.
So you are saying his people are actually wrong, that adage has to be thrown out.
Yeah, has to be abolished.
You feed a woman for so many
So
years.
it's actually a moment of abolishment for
Let her
us
feed
today.
you for one
Yeah,
for one
abolish
day.
it. We have to abolish that thought.
The complaints start coming out. It's not about. I'm all for earn whatever you want. You understand? But I'm not for the man to not do
Kill himself,
anything, you
break his
understand?
back.
But then
You know,
the question to us
marriage is about support.
Yeah.
So if the woman can support and the man can support, I'm more.
But
How
the question
many
is,
men- how many
if
men
the woman
do you see
supports more,
supporting?
are you comfortable as a man?
If the
Answer.
woman supports more,
Are you comfortable as a man?
What circumstance?
If you as a
In
woman supports
everything,
more,
she's bringing
That's the
everything.
circumstance.
What do you mean the
In everything.
circumstance? Like it could happen, and then like this, you're only bringing 200 a fortnight.
But
and
that's
she's
what I'm
bringing-
saying about
you know.
establishment.
Yeah, if you support more, nothing then, but not when she start
nagging.
nagging like, yeah,
What?
I do this,
Oh my
I do
God.
that. What
So-
about like I'm talking in scenarios
So,
here like when a man does it, he doesn't say, oh,
No,
I
but-
do this, I do that. But when
But
she's
some men do that.
Some
No,
men
let's be
do.
clear. Let's be
Some
clear.
men count
What you
their
said,
things.
what you said is you're okay with her supporting more or earning more,
good and
but
fine,
you're not okay with her nagging about it,
and telling me or like putting
putting it to your face.
my downfall
But
in
men
my
can also
face,
do
like
that
she
as
earns
well.
more than me, you understand?
What do you think, Jackie?
I think that men can also play what he was saying about the woman.
True, I know, true.
Men can also be nagging.
So
Very
you're
nice.
saying you're standing with him on the opposite side,
On
that
the opposite
you're
side.
good with your man earning more,
I don't mind.
but as long as it doesn't rub it in your face. Amaka, what do you think? I know that gesture. I know that gesture. As an African, I already know.
Well,
And don't be feministic about this, please.
see, you've already started.
No, I don't want to see some defense.
I'm
I
trying
don't want
not
you
to
to
be
be
biased,
logical. Yeah,
But I am an
be
African
objective.
black woman, so I will not sit and allow.
Is there an African white woman actually?
Yeah, South African, what do you mean?
Yeah, sorry, fast.
Zimbabwe,
I'm an African woman. It's okay, taboo. All I'm saying is, if I'm making more money than you, I expect you to pick up the slack. I don't expect you to be nagging.
Pick what's
In
right.
explicit terms, can you tell us what the slack
You see that?
Yeah.
looks like?
It's
What's the
slack
slack?
is, hold on now, because where...
You're talking about house
Amanda
chores.
said,
You know, it
Amanda
boils down
said,
House chores.
to it boils down to the individuals involved.
Amanda said
It
that
boils down to your attitude.
there's character involved.
It boils down.
I
to
also
your
feel like the
attitude,
same thing
Because
happens to
when you
men
start
too,
doing
because
the
when
thing,
they don't have
you now
money,
think you're
they
the boss, you know.
Yeah.
You people
You know,
now
like,
When
yeah,
but you
do this,
know
do that,
that
do that.
the way you
men
react,
like
the
a
way you
lot.
react,
A lot.
will not be the way
You men
she might
like a
react or
lot.
she might react. So
Like,
it boils down
of
to
course.
the individual involved.
So it makes listen.
So are you saying you will not snap?
You will not land.
no.
So
Are
you men are the
He's
same men
telling you
that
what he knows that you're doing.
if you make more money,
Why you saying it's not true?
You're nagging already. You're nagging